I, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God. I, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I shall faithfully exercise the functions of the President of Uganda and shall uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and observe the laws of Uganda, and that I shall promote the welfare of the people of Uganda. So help me God.
His Excellency the President has successfully taken the oath of allegiance and the oath of presidency. He is now signing on the respective protocols. Excellencies, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, we now have a new president. Who will take us the presidential term 2026-2031. Thank you, NRM cadres. Thank you, NRM leaders. Thank you, NRM mobilizers. His Excellency the President is signing and the Chief Justice is leading him through that procedure. His Excellency the President will now receive the instruments of power of the Republic of Uganda. He has received the Constitution. His Excellency is now receiving the national flag. Those are the instruments of power. Next, His Excellency the President is going to receive the presidential standard flag. His Excellency the President has received the Presidential Standard Flag. Instruments of power. He has received the national anthem, the Uganda national anthem. And His Excellency the President is now receiving the National Coat of Arms. The National Coat of Arms. And he is, last but not least, receiving the public seal. His Excellency the President has received the public seal. So our newly elected President, who has successfully been sworn in and inaugurated, has received all the 6 instruments of power.
Yes, sir.
The Constitution, the national flag, the Presidential Standard Flag, the national anthem, the National Coat of Arms, and the public seal. He has also received the Chief of Defense Forces has handed over to His Excellency the President the instrument of power of the Republic of Uganda. The head of public service is the custodian of the instruments of power, and they have indeed been handed over to her. His Excellency the President is now proceeding to receive the national salute. Parade Commander. After His Excellency the President receives the presidential salute, we shall have the national anthem with the 21-gun salute.
Pigane huko. Bwana nageuka nyuma. Nyuma huko. Mstari nyuma. Bwana nakaa. Usakat. Bara tumio. Mstari nyuma. Nyuma huko. Usakat. Salam ya Rais. Heshima tu. Tulia. Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri wa Uganda na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu, gwaride rasmi la kuapisha iliyoandaliwa na Jeshi la Ulinzi ya Wananchi wa Uganda iko tayari kwa ukaguzi wako, Mheshimiwa Rais.
His Excellency the President is now proceeding to inspect the parade for the first time as the newly inaugurated President of the Republic of Uganda. Excellencies, the presidential standard flag marking the beginning of the presidential term 2026-2031.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause to Her Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Jessica Lupo, for managing very well that segment of the program. We earlier on saw the President take the oath of allegiance, the oath of the President, and then receive the instruments of power of the Republic of Uganda. He also received the instruments of national defense from the Chief of Defense Forces and Senior Presidential Advisor, Special Operations General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, and those included the shield and the scimitar or the General's sword, and they were well received, and we now have the President fully in charge as willed by the majority of the people of Uganda on 15th January 2031. His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief is accompanied by the Chief of Defense Forces and Senior Presidential Advisor for Special Operations, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, and the Parade Commander, Brigadier General John Bosco Asinguza. Once the President and Commander-in-Chief has concluded inspecting the parade, we will have the parade march past in slow and quick time, and also an arms display of selected UPDF arms. They will join in after the parade has marched past in quick time. And the UPDF arms expected to join the parade are the UPDF Paradivision, the Motorized Infantry Division, some of our anti-aircraft systems, and finally, by some platforms of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force. The newly sworn-in President of the Republic of Uganda for the new term 2026-2031 is still inspecting the parade. The UPDF arms that will join the parade later on are the paratroopers, the artillery division, the motorized infantry division, anti-aircraft systems, and the Uganda People's Defense Forces. The Uganda People's Defense Forces will have, the Uganda People's Defense Air Forces will have the Cobra formation, composed of helicopters, the Sparrow formation, the Eagle formation, the Puma formation, and the Tiger formation. His Excellency the President and Commander-in-Chief, accompanied by the Chief of Defense Forces and Senior Presidential Advisor for Special Operations, is just about to conclude the noble duty of inspecting the parade as Commander-in-Chief for the first time in the new administration that will run from this day, May 12, 2026, to May 12, 2031.
Mheshimiwa Rais, huo ndio mwisho wa ukaguzi wa gwaride ya kuapisha, na wao kuendelea na gwaride. Mheshimiwa Rais,
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency the President-elect, now sworn-in President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF, has finished inspecting the parade. He will shortly be ushered into his position, and then we will have the parade march in slow and quick time, followed by arms display elements that will also participate in the parade, and thereafter the parade will march in review order. Earlier on, we witnessed the noble and constitutional duty performed by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and the Chief Justice of the Republic of Uganda. We also thank very well. His Excellency the President is resuming his position in the very, very important person's tent, and thereafter the parade commander will take over and conduct the parade in slow and quick time. The parade commander, Brigadier General John Bosco Singuza, has invited the brass band composed of the UPDF, the Uganda Police, and the Uganda Prison Service to assume their position as the parade prepares for the march past in slow and quick time.
napita mbele kwa heshima, kwa mwendo wa pole na mwendo wa haraka. Kikundi cha kwanza chuongoza kwa ujumla, chapa miguu.
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the color party is right in front of the dais. And Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the parade is now in slow march. Enjoy the parade. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the parade has switched to quick march. And at the end of the quick march, we will have UPDF arms that I earlier pointed out joining the parade. The paratroopers under the Special Forces Command, the Artillery Division, the Motorized Infantry Division, some of our anti-aircraft systems, and the air platforms of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force. A very colorful parade on a very auspicious occasion, and the weather is beautiful indeed. Just what we would have wished for. The party is right here with us in quick march. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, like I had earlier alerted you, the parade is now being joined by UPDF arms grounds anytime from now. But in the meantime, the arms display is led by the UPDF Artillery Division. Guests, gentlemen, what you are seeing now in front of you is some of the UPDF arms that have joined the parade at this point, led by the UPDF Artillery Division. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the story of the UPDF has been told for a long time, but every time the story is as fascinating to listen to as the first time. The UPDF traces its humble beginnings to the National Resistance Army a small guerrilla force that launched a protracted people's struggle in February 1981 under the indefatigable leadership and visionary leader of the resistance, General small and tiny group of fighters, 42 in number, 27 armed, which attacked Kabamba February 6, 1981. In 1986, the NRA became the National Army, and upon the adoption of the 1995 Constitution, was renamed the Uganda People's Defense Forces. The NRA, now UPDF, has transformed over the years, and these are some of the very modern equipment in the possession of the Uganda People's Defense Forces that has ensured we keep the peace and security in our country and contribute to regional peace and stabilization operations. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, in front of you are still elements of the UPDF Artillery Division. Today, the peace and security, which I just talked about, anchored on key modernization and professionalization themes, such as equipped and trained for combat and peace support operations. And indeed, what you see here are some of those arms that define the UPDF as a modern, experienced combat force that is ready to do its job. Major General Daniel Kakono. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, right now in front of you are elements of the motorized infantry division of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. These are armored fighting vehicles, very important force multipliers on the battlefield that work closely with infantry troops to achieve our military objectives. These are elements of the Motorized Infantry Division. The UPDF is equipped and trained for combat, and we are ready for any assignment as guided by the President and the Commander-in-Chief. The UPDF has also greatly enhanced its rapid deployment capability and our ability to sustain the tempo of operations in any environment. As you can see, the different arms of the UPDF imply the UPDF's well-attained capability to conduct joint combined or constituted and organized the Uganda People's Defense Forces are well-trained, well-equipped, and there is no task that is too difficult for the UPDF to achieve. Indeed, as a reminder, and especially as information for some of our visitors today, the NRA, now Uganda People's Defense Forces, since the 1995 Constitution, has decisively defeated close to 30 insurgent groups that sought to destabilize the hard-won peace and stability in our country. We are aware that our immediate post-independence history was nothing but volatile, a period of great instability that was characterized by military dictatorships and governments of the day that had no respect for human rights, that instituted state-inspired violence against defenseless citizens. And as the motorized infantry division concluded their march past, we are now joined, Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, by some of the UPDF anti-aircraft systems that have now also joined the parade. What you are seeing before you are some of the UPDF anti-aircraft systems. They supplement the efforts of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force to keep Uganda's airspace safe and secure, and to engage from the ground hostile objects in the air within the territory of the Republic of Uganda. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the functions of the Defense Forces include the preservation and defense of our sovereignty and territorial integrity of this country. And as you can see, we are well equipped to undertake that function. We also cooperate with and support the civilian authority in national emergencies and other disasters. And most importantly, we promote and foster strong harmony, understanding between the Defense Forces and the wananchi. Your Excellencies, before you are still some of the systems of the Uganda People's Defense Forces and aircraft capabilities. They are part of this parade. Any moment now, we will also witness the dropping of paratroopers on these very grounds. The other arm of the UPDF, the Uganda People's Defense Air Force, will also join the parade any moment from now, approaching these parade grounds from the eastern direction. From its early beginnings and its inception, the UPDF has been built on a strong foundation of discipline, ethics, and accountability. We respect the rule of law, we respect human rights, and we adhere to our military code of conduct. And those who fail to keep pace with the laws of Uganda and those of the military, we have our justice systems that ensure we remain a disciplined and accountable force. And perhaps our strongest and most important force multiplier is our strong civil-military cooperation. The UPDF is because of the strong support we get from the wananchi, but also quite significant has been the consistent and visionary support and the guidance of His Excellency the President and the Commander-in-Chief, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, that has turned us into what we are. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests here, our paratroopers are already airborne. Our paratroopers are already airborne, and they will be landing on these very grounds. In 1986, and even in the 1990s, the UPDF did not have any special forces, let alone paratroopers to talk about. And in this respect, I want to salute the Chief of Defense Forces and Senior Presidential Advisor, General Museveni Uganda, who was for a long time the commander of the Special Forces Command and who oversaw the development and improved capability of Uganda's Special Forces and the paratroopers whom we are about to see land on these very, very special ceremonial grounds here at Kololo. Our paratroopers are already airborne. Those who have and still possess good sight have probably already seen some, and they are descending here in a very controlled and orderly fashion. These are your own sons and daughters. Paratroopers, a very important element of the Special Forces Command. Mwena batulaba abana Uganda abali wano n'abagenyi baffe abakulu yonna gye muli, tuli ku mukolo wano e Kololo Ceremonial Grounds, mukolo mukulu, mukolo munene ogubadde gw'okulayiza omukulembeze w'eggwanga ayalondebwa n'abana Uganda mu ngeri nnene nnyo ng'ayina 71.65% ey'obululu bonna. Paredi yaffe eyeggatiddwako n'ebimu ebibinja ebikulu ebya UPDF okubadde Artillery Division edduumirwa Major General Daniel Kakono, the Motorized Infantry Division edduumirwa Major General Charles Byanyima, UPDF and Aircraft Systems ezidduumirwa Brigadier General Kasauli, aba paratroopers, aba UPDF, abadduumirwa Special Forces Command, Commander wa Special Forces gyali wano Major General David Mugisha Nyakikuru, ne Parade Commander aduumira ekibinja ekisooka kya Special Forces Group Brigadier General John Bosco Singuza, era nga ye Parade Commander olunaku olwaleero. UPDF ezimbye obukugu n'obumalirivu nti tusobola okukuuma eggwanga lyaffe bulungi. So waliwo omu paratrooper alandinze wano munamaje owa UPDF atuuse avudde mu bbanga. Buno bwe bukugu bwe tugamba obwa UPDF bwerina, era nga ebibinja bino byonna ebya UPDF bikolaganira wamu okulaba nti tukuuma eddembe mu ggwanga lyaffe ne mu operation zonna ze tubeeramu mu mirirwana gyaffe okulaba nti tulina eddembe mu nsi yaffe n'abalirwana baffe. UPDF twagala si ggwanga lyokka, naye tulina n'obuvunaanyizibwa bw'okulaba nti tukolera wamu nga Afrika okukuuma eddembe n'okulaakulanya kontinenti yaffe eya Afrika. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, we've seen some of our paratrooper commandos who are landing. They descended from very high in the skies and they have joined the parade, and they were indeed part of the parade. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, some of the air platforms of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force that I talked about earlier are inbound. They are approaching these parade grounds from the eastern direction. They are approaching these grounds from the eastern direction. They are led by the Cobra Formation. The Cobra Formation is composed of one Mi-17 helicopter piloted by Colonel Hassan Waiswa, and he is the pilot in command. It is in the front and it is carrying the national flag. We have another Mi-17 helicopter in the rear, and we have two escort attack helicopters, one Mi-24 helicopter gunship on the right and one Mi-28 helicopter gunship on the left. They are also part of the parade. And the pilot in command, Colonel Hassan Waiswa, has a message for His Excellency the President. That was Colonel Hassan Waiswa. He has congratulated His Excellency the President for assuming the highest office in the land. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the different arms on display of the Uganda People's Defense Forces indicate our acquired capabilities to engage in joint combined operations. These elements work together to achieve one military objective. Here we have the helicopters in Cobra formation. Here they are, and they are part of the parade activities. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the Cobra formation is followed by the Sparrow formation. The Uganda People's Defense Air Force has different types of aircraft for different tasks, for different assignments, and all of them work together to achieve the same mission. We have transport aircraft, we have combat aircraft of all types, we have surveillance aircraft of all types, and we have aircrafts for different combat roles. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, approaching the parade grounds is the Sparrow formation of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force, and they are part of the parade. The parade is still ongoing with the participation of these select UPDF arms, and right now what we are watching before us is the Uganda People's Defense Air Force platforms. The Sparrow formation is followed by the Eagle formation. All these aircrafts, ladies and gentlemen, are piloted by Ugandan pilots, well trained, they know their job, and all Ugandans, wherever you are, you should be very proud of what your sons and daughters have been able to achieve. For instance, the pilot in command is Colonel Hassan Waiswa, a senior pilot. We have other pilots in helicopters we earlier saw, and flying overhead are the Eagle formation, also of the Uganda People's Defense Air Force. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, next on display from the Uganda People's Defense Air Force is the Puma formation. The Puma formation is inbound here on the parade grounds. Puma 1, piloted by Captain Nathan Mwebaza, the pilot in command. Puma 2, piloted by Captain Ronald Baluku, the pilot in command. Puma 3, piloted by Captain Ronald Bogere, pilot in command. And Puma 4, piloted by Captain Stephen Bainomujisa, the pilot in command. And here they are. Puma formation. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will have one of the Puma 4 aircraft coming back here on the parade grounds to conduct some maneuvers. And as I will remind you, the Uganda People's Defense Forces is composed of 4 services: the land forces, the air forces, the special forces, and the reserve force. the 4 different services of the Uganda People's Defense Forces have been on display this afternoon. Puma 4 is here, one of our elite pilots. Puma 4, piloted by Captain Stephen Bainomusha. Puma 4 is coming for one more round. And Puma 4 will be followed by the Tiger Sukhoi. And it is also inbound on this very significant and special ceremonial grounds. It is here and will be joining the parade any moment from now. Puma 4 is coming to exit and will be followed by the Tiger Sukhoi. Puma 4 is now exiting the parade grounds. Quite impressive indeed. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we will now have the last presentation from the Uganda People's Defense Air Force, the Tiger Sukhoi, and here it is on the parade grounds. The Tiger Sukhoi has joined the parade ground and is piloted by Lieutenant Emmanuel Sajabi, the pilot in command, and he is co-pilot and the co-pilot is Lieutenant Sam Ngwasibwe. There it is, Lieutenant Emmanuel Sajabi and Lieutenant Sam Nkwasibwe in charge of the Tiger Sukhoi. The Tiger Sukhoi Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the parade. We thank His Excellency, the President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, who joined us on this very special occasion and who is bidding us farewell. But the function continues. Back to the parade commander. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, that was the full UPDF parade. That was augmented by UPDF arms on display, the artillery division, the motorized infantry division, some of the UPDF anti-aircraft systems, the UPDF Defense Air Force, the UPDF Defense Forces Air Force, and the paratroopers under the Special Forces Command.
Tutaenda mbele kwa heshima, kwa amani wa haki, usawa wa kati. Baraka. Salam ya rais. Heshima tu. Kafia Shishwana tu. Jeshi la Ulinzi ya Wananchi wa Uganda, heshima na utii kwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Uganda na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu. Viva Rais wa Uganda! Viva wananchi wa Uganda! Viva Jeshi la Ulinzi ya Wananchi wa Uganda! Kafia Shishwana weka. Bendera sabiaka wiko.
The Parade Commander, Brigadier General John Bosco Asinguza, is coming to ask for permission from His Excellency the President to remove the color party.
Mheshimiwa Rais, huo ndio mwisho wa gwaride. Naomba kutoa bendera uwanjani, Mheshimiwa Rais. Tuja bendera! Taa bendera uwanjani! Gwaride! Salamu ya bendera! Heshima tu!
Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, the President and Commander-in-Chief, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, granted permission to the parade commander, Brigadier General John Bosco Singuza, to march off the colors from the parade. And what you are seeing is the process of marching off the colors, which have been duly received by the military police brigade under tight escort, indeed. And that's how much the security services revere the national colors, the national flag, and the flag of the Uganda People's Defense Forces. We thank the Excellencies, heads of state and government, who made time to join His Excellency the President on this very special function when he took oath of office for the new term 2026-2031. The Excellencies and heads of state and government will be living at an appropriate time and in an orderly and organized way. We've already heard the President of DRC, His Excellency Felix Tshisekedi, who has left us. We thank him for making time, and he will be followed by His Excellency President Salva Kiir of South Sudan, who will also leave, and he will be followed by His Excellency the President of Burundi. His Excellency the President of Burundi will be followed by His Excellency the President of Togo, and we will continue to announce as appropriate when our distinguished heads of state and government leave these grounds. We request the members of the public and all distinguished guests in your respective capacities to remain seated. Remain seated.
Gwanda tatoka wanjani kwa mwendo wa rap usawa kulia kwa ujumla kulia.
Congratulations, Parade Commander Brigadier General John Bosco Singuza, for a job well done. A big round of applause. He has now handed over the parade to the parade second in command, Colonel Stuart Agawa, who will now proceed to march off the parade from the parade square. We salute the gallant officers, men and women, who have participated in today's parade, including the different arms of UPDF. After that, they will be. Yeah. Congratulations. Huh? Congratulations. And then invite His Excellency the heads of state, and address the nation. She introduces. Shall follow the proclamations. Your Excellencies and distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause to the officers, men and women, who have given us a very colorful parade performance. Thank you very much. I will now hand over back to my co-MC, the Permanent Secretary Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Vincent Bajire, who will in turn invite the Director of Ceremonies, Her Excellency, the Vice President, Honorable Jessica Alupo. Over to you, Honorable Vincent Bajire.
Thank you very much, Colonel Chris Magezi, indeed the commander of the parade, for that excellent job that you have done. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, the Director of Ceremonies, Her Excellency the Vice President, will now congratulate His Excellency the President upon assumption of the highest office in the land, and thereafter she shall introduce visiting heads of state and government to His Excellency the President. Your Excellency Jessica Alupo.
Your Excellency, distinguished guests, the parade commander has taken us through a very spectacular parade, march past in quick and slow time. And today, he decided also to entertain us with the UPDF paratroopers, SFC, the UPDF infantry, motorized infantry division, the UPDF artillery division, the UPDF anti-aircraft systems, and the UPDF Air Force platforms. Excellencies, I believe that he deserves appreciation. Join me in thanking His Excellency, the President, and the parade commander. What the parade commander has done is a clear demonstration that the Commander-in-Chief is prepared to defend the national interests of the people of Uganda, and indeed to secure the whole country and the region. Your Excellencies, visiting heads of state and government, and other distinguished heads of delegations, the Right Honorable Anita Among, the Speaker of Uganda Parliament, and your colleagues, the Speaker of the Senate of Kenya, the Right Honorable Kingi Amason, the Chairperson of the National Council of Namibia, the Right Honorable Lucas Sinimbo Muha, the Right Honorable Joseph Ngere Pasiko, the Speaker of the Transitional National Assembly of South Sudan, Her Excellency Mabo Memory Chinomona, President of the Senate of the Parliament of Zimbabwe, Right Honorable Joseph Ntakirutimana, Speaker of East African Legislative Assembly. Right Honorable Dr. Ashebir Wolde-Georgis Gayo, First Vice President of the Pan-African Parliament. Your Lordship, the Chief Justice Flavian Zeija, the Chief Justice of Uganda. The Right Honorable Haji Moses Kigongo, the First National Vice Chairman of the National Resistance Movement. The Right Honorable Robin Anabanja, the Prime Minister of Uganda. The Secretary General of the National Resistance Movement, Right Honorable Richard Todwong, and your colleagues, Secretary Generals from sister parties, including Honorable Professor Abdel Karim Ben Barek, Secretary General of the National Liberation Front of Algeria. Honorable Dr. Asha Rose Migiro, Secretary General of Chama Chama Penduzi of Tanzania. The Honorable Mr. Fikile Mbalula, Secretary General of the African National Congress of South Africa. The Senator Hassan Omar Hassan of the United Democratic Alliance of Kenya. The Right Honorable Reverend Ndikuri Rio, Secretary General of the National Council of the Defense of Democratic Forces of Defense of Democracy of Burundi. And Honorable Dr. Akol Paul Kodit, Secretary General of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement of South Sudan. And the Zimbabwe African National Union Patriotic Front, the Right Honorable Abedlicho Mchube. Right Honorable Dr. Justin Nsengiyumva, Prime Minister of the Rwanda Patriotic Front, and the Honorable Atupele Austin Muluzi, President of the United Democratic Front of Malawi. My colleagues, ministers present, Excellencies, heads of diplomatic missions, honorable members of parliament and other political leaders present, our cultural leaders, our religious leaders, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I am now left with two brief items to present to you, and then I will proceed to welcome you to speak to us. And the first of the two brief items is to congratulate you. Your Excellency, I wish in a special way to welcome all delegations that have come from far and near to be part of this historic occasion. I take the singular honor to congratulate Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, on your election victory and indeed on your swearing in and inauguration, which has just taken place. Your Excellency's score of 71.65% in the 2026 presidential elections is evidence of the massive support that you and the NRM enjoy in the country. Your victory in all areas across the country also symbolizes your achievements, popularity, and the comprehension by all the people of Uganda in the politics of interests. Allow me to use this very opportunity to congratulate and thank the NRM party that nominated you as their preferred candidate and supported your re-election. I would like to thank all the candidates that participated in the electoral process at the presidential level, members of parliament, and in all other local government electoral positions. A very warm congratulations and thank you to you all Ugandans that took part and exercised your right to choose leaders at all levels. In a special way, Your Excellency, I wish to thank all those who rendered support in any way that they did for you, our candidate, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, during and after campaigns. Finally, today is an occasion to celebrate our constitutional order. The preparation for the entire election process was done in accordance with the provisions of the Constitution. For that, I would like to thank the Electoral Commission for the meticulous preparation and execution of the elections under the law. This swearing-in ceremony is, therefore, a testimony that constitutionalism remains our pillar in exercising our mandate. I wish, in a special way, to thank the armed forces, the UPDF, the Uganda Police, Uganda prisons, and the intelligence services for securing the country during the entire elections period and for the peace and stability that has set the foundation for the economic growth of our country with the speculated $500 billion GDP annually in the very near future. Once again, Your Excellency, I extend my congratulations to you and wish you good health and success in the coming term of office. Excellency, I associate with the theme of this swearing-in and inauguration ceremony, i.e. look forward to the new term of office. I thank you once again for joining us in your respective delegations on this momentous occasion. I am now left with one item, Your Excellency, and that is to quickly introduce to you the guests here present with us and all the people of Uganda. Firstly, Your Excellency, we are joined by His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohammed, President of the Federal Republic of Somalia. Second, we have Her Excellency Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, President of the United Republic of Tanzania. Your Excellency, we also have His Excellency Daniel Francisco Chapo, President of the Republic of Mozambique. We have here with us His Excellency Fure Ezozina Gazimbe, President of the Council of Ministers of the Republic of Togo. And we also have His Excellency Salva Kiir Mayardit, President of the Republic of South Sudan. Your Excellency, we do have His Excellency Brahim Gali, President of Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic. We also have His Excellency Felix Anthony Tshisekedi, President of the Democratic Republic of Congo. He left just a few minutes ago. Your Excellency, we are joined by His Excellency Brice Clotaire Oligui Nguema, President of the Gabonese Republic. And we do have His Excellency Evariste Ndayishimiye, President of the Republic of Burundi. And we do have His Excellency Taye Atske Selassie, President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. Your Excellency, permit me to introduce representatives of the heads of state and government here present. His Excellency, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. His Excellency, General Dr. C.G. Chiwenga and his dear spouse, Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. We have Her Excellency Gabriela Savila Jimenez Ramirez, Vice President of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela. And we have the Right Honorable Dr. Titunga Elijah Ngurare, Prime Minister of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea. And we have Senator Thulisile Dala, Deputy Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Eswatini. Your Excellency, may I also take this opportunity to introduce to you the former heads of state and government who have graced this occasion with their physical presence. We do have His Excellency Olusegun Obasanjo, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are joined by His Excellency Haile Mariam Desalegn Boshe, former Prime Minister of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia.